Some announcements today before we get started. As always, we have Patreon. Check that shit out. The site is up and running. I'm pretty sure. So give whatever you can to make the show what it is. Secondly, more importantly, I'm not sure. I think you can still get tickets, maybe, but they're limited if you can. Field trip, August 14th and 15th, Jefferson, Iowa. We're gonna have a ton of fucking people playing at this thing. The two guests we had here last time, Lolo and Samurai, Sad Boy Samurai, Jordy Flash. We got Lolo Savage. We got around here Pac-Man. We got D Wavy. We got a lot of local good artists and talent and all that. So everybody come check that out. And without further ado, here's the show. Increase the cap and it's still CBD. It's not actual pop, but I mean it can cure anxiety. So we'll probably still be the last state to legalize that shit for sure.
It really feels like that.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from the last state to make slavery illegal, we're the last ones. So yeah, it's gonna probably take a minute to actually legalize weed.
Wait, Iowa is? What?
It's the last state.
Really?
Whoa. Shame on you, Iowa.
Holy shit. I just honestly want to see this. Look this up.
I guess I could always be wrong.
Well, we've already been talking, but I might as well officially start this off. This is McAllister Hours. As always, I'm your host, Cole McAllister. We're joined today.
Oh, it's Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
MISS.
That sounded a little more likely, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sure Iowa's
Mississippi is the state that Django is shot in. So
okay.
Oh no, actually, it was shot in L.A., but it's supposed to be...
Okay, it takes place in Mississippi.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Mississippi. Sorry.
You're fine.
I don't mean to miss.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. He did Hateful Eight in Wyoming.
True.
I mean...
so beautiful.
I just watched the bonus features last night, and it was saying they shot in South L.A. somewhere.
That was a great fucking movie, Hateful Eight. The dialogue, how that was done, it was truly a poetic, like a play. You could have done that on stage.
Yeah.
And that, even though it's a 3-hour movie, you don't even notice it's 3 hours. You're entranced the whole time.
Well, have you watched the other one he released on Netflix? Where it's all
I did not see. I had just seen it so many times. Yeah. I actually saw it when it came out at the Fleur, and they had the aspect ratio. As you know how in the DVD it's really thin.
Yeah.
The bars. In the theater that was the whole thing that I had beef with. It had a limited release because he wanted these theaters to require this certain dimension. Mm-hmm. I think it was 70 by 35 or some ridiculous, really wide angle. Yeah. But I saw that in the theater, and it's really a whole. It's almost like IMAX, but it's a thin visor.
Mm.
Kind of like a panoramic.
Yeah.
Panoramic view.
They kind of capture that effect when I watched it on my Mac on Netflix. I don't think it was the same version, but they definitely stretched it.
What's your favorite movie by Tarantino? What'd you say? You have one? Or is that even possible?
It's very possible,
question.
But it's hard.
Pulp Fiction's too cliche to say now, to be honest, but it is a masterpiece.
It was my favorite introduction to him.
Not enough people talk about Jackie Brown, though.
That's true.
I'm not a fan.
Really?
I'm really not a fan.
It's a good movie, but it's also not my favorite.
It's
one of those slower ones.
Well, it's his only movie that isn't his original material.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, he did a good job with it, but I don't know. I just wasn't really a fan of the pacing and the style. The actors were just kind of off. Samuel L. Jackson was great. As always.
He's great in any Tarantino, I suppose.
Fuck yeah.
I really liked his part in 4 Rooms. When he took over that directing spot in that. Have you seen that?
4 Rooms.
4 different directors work on the same movie. You didn't look it up?
Yeah. Pull that up. 4 Rooms.
Yep. It's got Mr. Pink from...
4 Rooms! I thought you said Runes.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm out of it, man. No, I have seen that movie. It's good. Yeah, fucking... Who's the guy... Who's that actor? I'm fucking out of it. Ronald Dahl? Is that really what it's based on? That's weird. I didn't know that. Who's that? Oh, Tim Roth. There we go. That's the actor. Yeah, he did a really good job in that movie.
Yeah.
Portraying that and all that.
And I like all the cameos and everything that they have.
Fuck yeah.
Antonio Banderas, a lot of people in it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it really had like that almost. Well, yeah, it had Robert Rodriguez in it. I was gonna say like a Sin City feel.
Yeah, I think
You
he
know?
directed the one with Antonio Banderas.
Yeah,
where he was
yeah.
trying to hide the body under the mattress.
Oh fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
But in all seriousness, Quentin's got a gun to your head. He's like, "What's your favorite fucking movie I made?" What do you pick? What do you say?
Pulp
You got
Fiction.
10 yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Just, I mean, I know it's cliche, but at the same time, I do think it really redefined a revolution.
I'm gonna have to
revolutionary film.
unfortunately agree, or get shot in the head by not.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm leaning on Django, but Pulp Fiction was my introductory to Quentin, so it's hard. Django is just like such a fucking masterpiece too.
Yeah, it is a real epic.
Yeah, the work he did with the production director who actually died making the film, not like on set or whatever, but like
Oh, in the middle of production?
Yeah, he unfortunately
Oh,
passed
that's too
while
bad.
they're making the film. So
Damn.
I don't know. There just was a lot more detail in that one that they carried over to Hateful Eight as well. That really kind of set the bar for his new pace. So I don't know. That kind of might be it for me, Django. Honestly.
Would you get? Sorry, last point. I know we're kind of going on a tangent here, but what'd you think about Once Upon a Time, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I should say.
Only one I have not seen yet.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's good.
See, I felt the same way. I think what he was trying to do is like paying homage to like a better time in his mind.
Yeah, he
and
did the movie justice. He did the story justice.
Yeah.
I just don't think it was his best film, if that makes sense.
yeah, I would agree. Well, and he, and to be fair, he did change production companies after Harvey Weinstein, obviously. So it's understandable, but yeah, I think like a lot of people have been like calling it his best, and I think that's like an overrated analysis of it.
Yeah, I would not agree personally.
Still worth watching, I would say, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else could do that story as well as he did personally. The way
That's a
he
good point.
flipped it, the way he just makes you think, and as always, he just like goes tough and then soft, kind of just with each part of it. You just I don't know. He pulls it.
Does
Yeah.
does his personal connection with Weinstein alter your views on him at all? Because they did have a close relationship.
No, I see. I mean, as him as a person, I don't know. Yeah, he's probably a creep. It wouldn't surprise me. However, I guess what I always like to say is I always try to separate the art from the artist.
Thank you. I was just probing real quick. That's usually what me and him talk about, is trying to separate this. So that's why I like sometimes I'll hear new stuff about an artist, like, oh, I never knew that, even though it's someone that I've listened to since I was a kid. But yeah, definitely try and separate.
Sorry, I'm not trying to I don't know if you guys take this. The last episode was like crossing my arms the whole time, and the camera kind of seemed like I was like, like what the fuck. So.
No, I get it.
But
Should we watch the Florida Man too?
let's watch that the Florida Man. So, all gas, no breaks. We were talking about this before. For anyone who hasn't heard this guy, he started out by hitchhiking across America, and he got in some really sketchy shit like early on in his career, and he ended up writing a book about his adventures, and then he ended up buying an RV, and now he goes around with a mic and another guy videotaping in an RV, and he just goes to these random ass places. So just fucking play this.
Bob tried to fucking hit me with a gas pump. I was like, no, you can't hit me, Bob. And I fucking knocked his ass out, poured gas on him, and walked away. Told him I could have ended his life, but I didn't. Yeah, I whooped his ass in Circle K. In case he get up there again, I'll light it on fire next time. Yo, stop fucking judging people so fucking much. Yeah, I ain't no yeehaw farmer around horse type shit. We hillbilly backwoods type shit. You feel me? I've been lost in the Everglades before on the airboat. I hit a baby gator right. So it's mating season and there's some bitches right here. So like he nicked the skin off him, so I had to pull him up real quick. Well, it was coming for his mom and I didn't realize it. I knew it was, but I wasn't paying attention. But mama tried to climb on the front of my boat and try to get me. But luckily, the fat bitch couldn't fit her whole body to the front of the pontoon. I went tripping on shrooms one night. I cow pasture, and I was riding on some baby bulls. I got bucked off, and I was tripping balls, and I got fucked up by a bunch of cattle. They ran me over because I scared the whole crew. I got trampled pretty bad, me and my best friend. I've been
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Andrew.
That sounds
As someone born and raised in Florida, I can 100% verify this is real.
That's just the government trying to scare us and shit. I'm from the swamps. I play alligators.
Whoops.
Like every other fucking
I play with alligators.
around, you know. Definitely. I ain't no mean.
He ain't got shit to say.
Funny, it's making me laugh because I've done half this shit that he's saying on a very small scale. Because where I used to live, we had to, in order to get shrooms, we had to go out to the cow pastures. We got chased one time. So it's just kind of funny. And catching the gators and stuff, we lived on 7 acres and had 2 ponds. So we'd have to clear the gators in moccasins in order to swim in it, because we swim in it all the time. But yeah, it's kind of funny. This is true. No teeth.
Yeah, watch this shit.
We don't like shit around here from the parks or woods.
This is no joke.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 13,
Okay.
16, 17, 18, 19.
Oh my god.
I almost can't watch it. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yee.
Fired up, hit it one
And then,
time, and then let go of it. Yeah. Now you gotta swallow that bitch. Yeah.
I love it.
skip ahead to the Joker part.
Kind of stuff is Joker saying to you in the messages. Oh, he's gonna fuck.
He's worn those shirts for 2 weeks now.
Son, chemical in the sky. I think it's funny because I ain't catch that shit yet. And
I forgot about him.
Why
Why you gotta remind me about him? Oh my god.
What'd he say?
You fucking these hoes wrong, shit. I've been fucking them whole Russ since I was a little kid, bro. Doggy, no, bro. I got 6 kids, bro. I came out to a bag. Like it's Treyway in no way. Like, Treyway fucked my baby mama for like 9 months before I even found out what the fuck was going on. Treyway, these nuts. Alright, so,
He said I came out to a bag.
All right. But so yeah, this guy just does crazy fucking shit like this. There's better ones. There's one where he goes to like a porn convention and it's just like the people that are there are just like fucking insane. There's a guy who describes there being a 400-pound woman on a forklift with like tubs of shit, and they're like filming it and everything. He like got in there and like fucked every orifice of her, and like just some like crazy motherfuckers. Like he just finds the most insane people and he puts them on YouTube.
It's beautiful because of how organic it is. Like, you can't write that. You can't. I'm sorry. Like, you can't.
It's like true journalism. Like,
Those people really exist.
Oh my god.
but yeah, follow that guy. All gas, no brakes.
All gas.
Hours of entertainment. The last time I tripped, I was watching some of his shit, and there's this video where a guy that's like is a clown, they pay him to like lick people's feet and like eat them. So he's like taking this guy's flip flop off like a public, just like in public, and people are paying him. He's just like getting all in the foot, like all in it.
There's a guy
It's
in
fucking insane.
Ybor that'll lick your feet. Just ask you, come up to you and ask you. He's done it to several different people.
There's a guy apparently who loves farts. He'll pay guys to like get naked and actually like fart right in his face. And he's like, oh yeah, he loves it.
All right,
There's
now
some
how
sick
much?
fucks.
How much would someone have to pay you?
I wouldn't.
Oh my god. That's very.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's disgusting, but I mean, that's still like you can survive that.
Keeping it real, 5,000
Yeah, minimum.
pennies. You already agreed, 5,000 pennies.
My price is way higher. Oh, that's
Yeah, I mean, that would be like a starting point. Be like, get out of here.
yeah, no. I'm talking like millions. There's no way. There's
I'm
no
sorry,
fucking way.
but that's a couple months worth of rent. $5,000 there. That's a,
You go
Yeah.
ahead and do that. You can get your 5,000. I'm gonna wait until he wants that million.
Okay, but like worst case scenario, you get a really bad smell, you get a little poo, and you clean it right out, and you're just that was a terrible experience, but you have a fuck ton of money.
Wait,
know.
I thought you were the one farting, not smelling. I'm gonna have to change my price.
Which way is it now? Yeah, I was confused.
Because you
on
said
that.
Jesus
this
fucking
guy
Christ.
pays you.
I said
fuck
bare.
his
Okay,
face.
I was saying bare minimum. First of all, we're gonna clarify. Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's move on.
Yes, let's just do that. I had notes here, and I had shit we were actually gonna talk about. So Elvis,
What up?
we've been having a hell of a time. I haven't even gotten to. I want to know who you are, where you're from, all that.
That's the worst. I'm awful about talking about myself. I'm from Florida, Tampa, Florida, born and raised there. moved
Oh,
around
so
a
did this
lot there.
hit close to home then?
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Like I've done like a lot of the shit that he's talking about. So I moved around, was never at a school for a long time until high school when I moved back to Tampa. Went to Robinson, which is the same place Hulk Hogan graduated from. But yeah, been making music. Started after high school, so probably like 2013, 2014.
Okay.
Had two bands then. The first one started out was a two-man band called The Regulators after the Stephen King, and a little shout out to the Regulators, of course.
Hell yeah.
The other one was formed after that. It was Two Dimensionally Speaking, which was based off of a short film that I did, stop motion animation. It's like 6,000 pictures or whatever. That shit was really fun. But Velvet Elvis wasn't born until the falling out of the Regulators, because then I was like, shit, I figured out I want to make music, you know what I mean? But I don't have anybody to make music with in my area, so then I started making it digitally, started making beats, and wasn't comfortable with my voice at all, but I knew I could sing because of the Regulators, like that's how it started. So I used like this vocal effect that pitched my voice down, and through Velvet Elvis I've like come completely around and like figured out and found my voice and shit like that. But
Okay.
yeah, just make a shit ton of different music.
So, would you say you're more of a rapper, singer, producer? What, or you got just everything? What are you?
I'd say I am an octopus that can do a little bit of everything, but not really completely well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I produce all of my own shit, even down to customizing the VSTs and everything. I do all of my own vocals, I sing, and then I write all of my own materials. So pretty much all of it. I can't say I'm too much of one specifically. Probably more producer, because that with the music always comes first. So probably more of a producer then.
Hell yeah. Well, so what program are you using primarily for
FL
that?
Studios.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's the OG. What do you use again? You use Pro Tools, right?
Logic, actually.
Or Logic, yeah. What do you guys have a debate on which one's better? Because I'm an Ableton guy, personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's kind of
constantly, but it's personally what works for you. He's
yeah.
more of a, mixing and shit. He's got that shit down. Mixing and mastering, he works with frequencies and shit like that. He has a complete understanding of it. And I feel like Logic, it really is like the best thing to do that with. And for me, I've just kind of figured out I can't speak for him. I'll let him, say why he likes it the most. But for me, I've kind of figured out the artist that I am, my creativity comes in waves. So I got to be able to get something down while it's happening and just save a concept of that idea to build off of later. You know what I mean? So I feel like FL Studios is super simple to just get shit down really fast.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
true.
mean? And move on.
That's true. How much is it like $200 for the full version? Or like
I believe so, yeah.
And same for Logic.
yeah. That's the downfall to Ableton. It's like fucking expensive. It's
About
like,
400.
At least. I think like I think the version I have is like the basic version is maybe 250, but the downfall of that is it's only like 8 tracks.
What about live? Ableton Live?
Well, that's what I have. I think that's
Okay.
like that's
I
the
really
8 track
wanted to
one.
mess around with that a lot.
It's a lot of fun. It has like most of the instruments and most of that kind of stuff. You can do sampling.
That's what I like.
I love getting the record player and like it has the warp and everything. You can
Yeah.
chop everything up. It's fucking dope.
See, that would be my reason for advocating for Logic, is because like for the price you're paying, you really get the most out of the DAW service that you want. And that's just my opinion, of course. There's other producers that are gonna debate me, and that's we're all just learning. and if I could learn from them, I would hope so. But it's just he's right as far as like EQ, like the analytics of each bandwidth frequency, and just I don't know, really dialing in the sound that you want to produce and hear in your head. I feel like it's a little easier on Logic, to where I find on the other things you kind of just fumble around looking for that sound a little more, whereas it's pretty easy to find the answers you need, at least for me. So I don't know, every service is different too, so we work together, like as far as like sometimes he'll make the beat and then we'll both record on it, and then we'll put it on my system, and then I'll mix it down a little bit and hear it in the car and take it back and see what we need to do.
So is a lot of what you guys are doing, like, I understand it's like a combined effort. Are you guys working together a lot, or how does that all work between you guys?
Yeah, we split up a lot of shit. Honestly, we're trying to just get a project together of our stuff. I'm trying to make a little move over to Hong Kong and trying to
wow,
opportunities there. So then, other than that, separately, we're both trying to, make a living off our talents. So now we're starting to develop studio time fees, feature fees. We both make beats, so we're trying to sell our beats now. So it's definitely something that we're going into individually, but where we can link up and work together, we definitely do. Like just the other day, just chilling, we made a beat. I made a beat off my iPad on GarageBand, and he wrote something to it, and now it's a complete song. So
that was like some Sean Wasabi type shit. You know how he just like hops on something electronic and just makes a beat out of it. It was dope.
Damn. So what's your outreach to Hong Kong? I'm kind of curious about that. How'd you get in connection with that?
Through my dad, who is he's a breakdancer. Used to do backup for Alicia Keys. Different people, traveled a lot, did a lot of competitions and stuff like that. Was sponsored by Red Bull. So he has a lot of connections into the music industry, specifically old school hip hop and stuff like that. And someone he grew up with, his name is he goes by Nick Cage, and he's someone I've been working with. We have a project that's about to come out called Velvet Cage that we're working on, and dope. He has spent the last 15 years over in Thailand and Hong Kong, working with a lot of people over there and helping them come up as well and prosper. He has his own business, Hard Vision Media, so he's pretty cool. And basically that's my connection over there. So I'm just trying to get, our project together so he can kind of implement it over there, see the reaction to it, and gonna do a trip out there, stay on a work visa for 90 days, and that'll be the test. So always something I planned on is getting out of the States, definitely.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. This place is going to shit.
Yeah, it's not that I've traveled a lot from a young age, so it's kind of hard to settle with something when you've seen like a variety of shit out there. You know what I mean? So it's something I wanted to get back to.
Yeah. I've heard you're Jay Smooth. When he was here last time, he was talking about how big the movement was in China. I had no idea.
Right.
That shit's crazy. How do you guys know each other? How'd you guys all get connected, working together, all that?
Sort of through two people. His brother Kamani, and also our friend Cody, who we mentioned earlier, listened to your podcast.
Yeah.
So like I lived with Cody for a while last year, and through Cody I met Kamani, his younger brother, and then eventually I met him because he came over with Kamani, and then Kamani and I skated, and then we would go over to Kamani's house where he lived with him, just kind of like through osmosis of being around each other, just started realizing, certain things we do that are similar. Like me and Kamani skated, me and him also make music, so where we could, we would link up and hang out.
There you go. Just hanging around, meeting people.
Yeah, just over the last year, kind of, or like year and a half or so.
Yeah, I mean that's what I love about the scene here in Des Moines. I mean that's how it seems to be. Anyone linking up. Are you guys familiar with the Field Trip coming up?
Nope.
You ever heard of that? It's this. It's like this festival in Jefferson, Iowa. Are you able to pull that up on Facebook maybe? it's like yeah. I mean, they're doing all the social distancing precautions, but like House of Leopold and Stutterbox Productions. They're two figures, people that are working in here in Des Moines, and yeah, but they got a lot.
Seth Leopold.
Yeah. So that's like his and Stutterbox's thing. Yeah, but
Cool.
yeah.
So what is it?
Do they have the?
It's like a independently organized music festival.
Yeah, so they're gonna be taking social distancing precautions. There's like a minimum or maximum people that can be there and all that. But yeah, it's amazing. It's hip hop, EDM, all that shit.
I saw.
No
I actually
pictures?
did see the lineup for this. Round Hero.
No, don't.
Pac-Man's on this, right?
What was that? Sorry.
Pac-Man's on the lineup.
Yeah, that's right. Round Hero, Lolo, D Wavy, Sad Boy Samurai, or Jordy Flash. Who else? A couple. There are plenty of other guys. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so that's the whole lineup. So you can see they got a ton of people. This is gonna be a huge deal. Got a ton of local talent.
Yeah, it just goes to show that if you do work, as far as putting your performances out there when you have opportunity, that if people like you, you will get more opportunity. Because I felt like, for some reason, I felt the need to shut myself in a creative box and just kind of work, which is good. I'm learning a lot and practicing my weaknesses and continuing with my strengths. But then also, last year I lacked performing as much as I did in 2018. And so people I saw performing more in 2019 then have more opportunity, obviously. So kudos to those people that do work, and kids out there trying to chase their dreams, always make sure you're doing the work, and don't be ashamed when people give you crap because you can't hang out or because you can't do this and that because you have to make your music or you have to go to the studio or work because you need money.
Yeah. That's an important thing to do. You gotta keep trying. It's really hard, living in the Midwest, living in Iowa, to like get a lot of, if you're just starting out it feels like you're not really working towards something. Maybe you're really working uphill, but that's the beautiful thing about the Midwest is that people are also really open and also really willing to come on. Like you guys are, playing with other people who are in the area who want to come on the podcast, for instance, or the show. It's really a special thing. So I have to ask, we were kind of talking about this before. You have the limo, the infamous limo. And I don't know if we were talking about this before we started, but I've been incessantly bothering Jackson about this fucking limo. I think it's the coolest shit. Give me a little background about how you got that, what's going on with all that.
Facebook Marketplace.
Wow, really?
Posted for $2,500, and I talked to the guy, got it for $1,500. It's an '82 Cadillac DeVille Fleetwood Edition. Are you ready? 54,000 miles, original miles, 54. It's fucking beautiful systems. Got 4 seats in the back, 2 facing the opposite direction, a bar, TV, cassette tape, and shit like that. Stuff I gotta modernize a little bit, but I'll trying to retain the best of it. About to get it painted pink. It's gonna be
fuck yeah,
tits.
Podcast in there for sure, man.
Absolutely.
That'd be the shit.
Put the powder in my hand. Put the powder in my hand.
Damn.
Dead.
Oh.
Ah, no.
We got some good stuff though.
No, you were telling me about this. So this is a 360 GoPro. Is that correct?
Yes, the Max.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that.
I'm still learning a lot more
Production.
about it, but it's pretty dope. I'm trying to use it for different films, short films, and music videos that we're doing.
So do you have any like ventures or like stories about that, like what you're doing?
Starting a family business.
Wow, really?
Media production company.
Oh, no way. Damn.
Yep, music and video production.
Okay.
Called Bear River Productions, and I also am starting a clothing line called Covet Cloth.
Oh, nice.
And a board company called Sick Boards.
Damn. Well, good kudos to you for the entrepreneurship. It's awesome.
That's what brought me to Iowa. It's very cheap to start businesses and shit like that here. Stuff that was like $275 back home is $50 here for the licensing.
So let me ask you this: How has COVID affected any of that? How is that?
COVID has affected me probably as an artist. It's given me the time I've never had to explore different sounds, different ideas, different filming, aspects and shit like that. It's probably been the greatest thing that's happened for me as far as like isolating and deep introspection. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
All things considered, everything going around the world. From a specific personal point, as an artist, I've grown immensely, and it's allowed me to like. Now everything's kind of fallen into place and moving like it should have. So that's how it's affected me, at least. And I've honestly seen the same in the people I've chosen to surround myself with, because all of my other friends, entrepreneurs, or they have a hustle that they're constantly working on. So that's kind of the energy that I want to keep around me on a regular basis. Have my friends when we're together. We're talking about starting LLCs and actually going through, my friend Jordan just started his LLC for his painting business now here in Des Moines.
Oh, nice.
Shout out Sure Will Paintings.
Yes, sir.
Is that something you can find on the? Is that just on Facebook or Instagram?
Oh yeah,
or?
for sure. Yeah, it's definitely
Absolutely.
he's got a Facebook page, and I mean I've got his card right here.
Yeah, let's try to find that.
If you or any of your friends in the Des Moines area need exterior or interior painting, you know who to call.
Just remember, when others won't, share will.
You don't want to
they-
paint it, we sure will.
They will. There it is. Look at my boy.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, so like house painting. That's still really cool though.
Yeah, interior, exterior. I believe he does.
He does
I
other
wouldn't say he
properties
does
as
commercial,
well, yeah.
But, probably small.
Yeah.
If so.
Dope. Yeah, no, that's pretty pimpin' of a limo. I can't say I know anyone else that is
It's
fucking doing
funny
that
because
shit.
it doesn't register a lot of times, but then like just the other day we were parked in an alley waiting for my dad for something, and this guy came up to me. He's like, "Hey, I see this all the time. Like, is this your like regular everyday car?" And I had to stop. I was like, "I guess it. Yeah, it is."
Like thinking about it, that's kind of fucking weird.
Oh shit!
Yeah, how's parking go for you?
Like a dream. Really?
He parks it better than most people park a normal
I guess
car.
because it doesn't bother me as much. I don't like really. It doesn't. I don't know. It's easier. Like the first car I got from my grandfather was a Lincoln Mark 8 LSC. It's fucking beautiful. I called it Starship Enterprise because on the inside it's just like it's like Star Trek. It's beautiful. It's super comfortable. But it was always a tank. It was super big and there's some tight roads in Tampa, so whipping it was really easy.
Damn.
And I don't know, like when I'm looking for a car, I'm obviously looking for something that when you see it, it's going to be me. But also a lot of trade-offs. I know myself. I know I like to drive fast and shit like that. So get me something that's harder to control. I have to be, conscious about my turns. I have to be on my shit at all times. And I'm forced to drive slower, so it's better. And I usually look for something with room. Like my favorite car was probably the Honda Odyssey that I had that all my friends could get in and shit like that. So now that having that, it's a completely different thing.
Yeah, no, that's a hell of an experience. Like I said,
It's a boat.
It's a what?
It's a boat.
Yeah.
For real. It's crazy. You sit in the back and it's just like, whoa.
She swings.
Just like back and forth. I don't know. And that's right.
Jackson, how's COVID affected you? It's been a while since you've been on here.
Honestly, it's been both good and bad. I mean, obviously, everyone around the world has been affected in different ways. So, for me, the isolation side of things has helped me. I don't want to be cliche and say just verbatim say what he says. But
Yeah.
It's a time for introspection, and it helps you just like figure out kind of what you need to do, what you like to do, what you want to do, and then if you're serious about it, now is the time to push it and create what you want. So like I've gotten my personal ASCAP license. That's just a production copywriting license agreement, so that I myself am an individual proprietor in music, and these are just big words involving legalities. So, in other words, it's just a cool time to grow, and it's very thankful for me to say that I've been safe and healthy, and around people that are also in the same realm of growth and just kind of doing what they need to do.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I guess I'll reiterate what you guys have said. I mean, I've felt the same way personally. Because it's weird, because although we are living in a really bad time, and, there's a lot of unemployment, there's a lot of really crazy shit going on, the people that do benefit from staying inside and having the artistic outlet have been, oddly in a way, like, thriving.
Yeah.
I would say
Well said.
the lack of performance, I think, has been probably a downer for a lot of people. That's probably the aspect that it's gonna. I don't know. It's gonna be weird to see when that goes to normal, if it ever goes to normal.
Right. Yeah. Like right when it started, I had lined up to be performing with the Conscious Crew, and we didn't know how serious the cases in Des Moines were yet, and they were just starting to pop up. So I actually had to cancel one of my performances that I was going to be a part of, and some of the other people still performed, and I commend them for that, because I probably should have, looking back. But it's just one of those examples of just like how it affects all of us in many ways the same way, and all of us in many ways differently as well. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, it's interesting times. Well, I think we should take a break really quick. Get ourselves resituated, get some water. I need some more water and all that. And yeah, we'll get right back to it. All right. Fuck it, we're back.
Howdy.
Howdy, y'all. We have hydrated and refreshed. Chilling, hanging. So this is Jackson. This is your second podcast, right? Is this your first podcast, Elvis?
See.
Dope. And you were saying that you wanted to do more with that. You wanted to do, or you said you had ideas for your own podcast. You want to get into that?
Absolutely. Just like on a weekly basis. It's honestly like a mashup of talking to a bunch of people about different things, but people that are actually doing it. You know what I mean? And just probably more be of a place of just like open ideas and shit like that, and people offering options and telling their story of how they started. So hopefully a place where people can either start picking up another talent by watching someone else do something for the first time, like going through that process with somebody. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I got like a shit ton of questions, as you saw, like a bunch of different themes and stuff to talk about as well. So
well, if you don't mind, I did see one that was kind of interesting. Like, you kind of were talking about like how the music industry is. I think that was kind of like one of the first bullet points. What's your opinion? Like, what's the state of the music industry right now? Is it good, positive or negative, or?
Definitely negative in the sense that it's kind of always been that way. It's kind of been a sort of a vampire. As with all sources of entertainment, whether it be acting or anything, they're going to suck the youth and the talent dry and make as much money as they can. What I am noticing is like a growth in the independent and the entrepreneurs and people that are realizing this system, you know what I mean? And people that don't want to be held to those, bounds, and actually want to be able to create something bigger than themselves and actually be able to get the lucrative return on it. And so that's what I'm looking forward to a future of, which is why I'm starting my own production company and so on and so forth, to try and inspire other people to do the same. Basically take control of their art completely and fully.
Yeah, that like we've been saying, that's the great thing about Iowa, is that all these independent people is that they can really do that. I think there is that kind of like underground push here, where there's kind of like a distinct separation of class. That's kind of like the weird thing about living in a smaller population. Like the areas are more condensed. You can drive different places and be like, oh, this is high class, this is lower class. And you can like see it's weird, because although I think Des Moines is, there's a lot of beauty in it being diverse, there's also that realization of how negative it can be. So,
and that's with anywhere you go. Absolutely.
It's definitely true.
Yeah, I think it's just not about perpetuating that negativity around you. Just kind of like finding a way to be creative and transcend things if possible, or reach out for help and learn how to do so, because anything's possible, truly. Some things are easy for others, for sure, and that's why it's it's always good to extend when needed.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry, kind of off topic. Did you guys listen to Juice WRLD's new album? Is that something you guys fucked with, or?
I mean, I haven't like sat down and listened to it, but I've heard a couple songs off of it.
Okay.
Definitely enjoy it.
Never listened to Juice WRLD.
Really?
No.
What are some of your influences then? Who would you consider as like someone does it for you? Or?
I go through music. It's weird in like stages. So
Okay.
I'll go through my rock and I'll go back and listen to heavy Nirvana, Placebo, Violent Femmes, a shit ton of people and different. Right now, it's weird. I guess based on the music that I make is sort of how my opinion is based on music. So right now, artists like Home Shake, Saw Baby. There's
Those are two huge contrasts.
there's like it's all around the spectrum. Like Kuko makes great sad boy music, is kind of like what Velvet Elvis, this character, is known for. So definitely the mix between sad and like trap in a way, but in different ways, various. So it's weird.
It's interesting outlook. Shit. This has been some interesting times. It's been interesting conversation and all that shit. It's been good episodes. It's been kind of weird. My fucking I usually have a keyboard where I cue music and all that, and I got fucking wire damage this last week. Like, yeah, I was over there producing. I had like a giant cup of water right here, and I just
So kind of like that, right?
Yeah, exactly like this setup. I need to just get like a table like lower and just put all my drinks on it or something.
True.
I don't know. So I'm a little off my game with that, without that. But
Do it in post.
yeah, exactly. That'll be the goal. But before we wrap this up, what do you guys have coming in the near future for your music and your artistic endeavors and all that?
Within this next month, I'll be dropping a first of 3 singles called Let Them Eat Cake. So you can expect that and a music video from that. And after that, I'll be going back and redoing the Quarantine Tapes, which is the project that I did during lockdown, where I basically just made a song concept from scratch for 2 weeks every day. And then after that, it's the album in 2021. So that's what's it for me.
Nice. And where do you release that? Like SoundCloud, Spotify?
It's going to be on all platforms.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Going through all platforms.
Damn. Well, I'll definitely be checking that out. Jackson, what about you? You got anything coming in the near future?
Yeah, definitely. I'm working for about 3 music videos. I got about 7 songs that I've wanted to release as a project, but probably will end up kind of piecing some of them out and then sending the rest off kind of more as just, I don't know, just general releases to keep relevance towards my name. And yeah, just focusing on this first of the 3 music videos at this point and recording more music so that I will have release dates for that pretty soon. I've just been really enjoying this summer and just catching all the vibes I need to stay creative.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I've been picking up on with a lot of people. Is like, as they're working with music, they're also working on like their bettering themselves, self-help and all that. And I think it's important to do. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, this has been a great episode. This has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Talking a lot of fun stuff. I really hope to have you guys back on. Well, we gotta do the limo podcast for
We'll do
sure.
the next show in the limo.
Fuck yes.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a hell of a time. All right, guys. Peace. Everybody have a good night, good day. Hope you all been chilling. Adios. Thanks, everybody, again for joining into the podcast. It was a pleasure, as always, to have Jackson on the show. It was even more of a pleasure to have a new guest, Velvet Elvis, on. Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to have local rapper G7. That's going to be a great time. He is very prolific. He is probably one of the hardest working people in the game in the Des Moines area right now. I would be willing to bet. So please stay tuned for that next week. Until then, everybody stay safe. Keep living free and living well. All right. Have a good night.